are not going to believe this. You're not going to believe this. We may have just found a cure for TDS. Yes. Oh my gosh. Get all of your liberal friends together, because I promise you, they're going to want to see this video. Now, after that, in the midst of this, I mean, there's a woman who is disregarding her mother because she's a Trump supporter. Wow. Anywho, let's go ahead and dive into it.
We're not parking next to that thing.
So what?
I don't want to be anywhere near that thing. I don't want to get out near that thing. Oh my gosh, it's right there. That means they're in there. Whoever it is, they're gonna be in there. Oh my God. Oh, is it this woman? No. Oh, this is disgusting. Look at, oh.
It was the no. Now that was funny. She said, no, they're going to be in there. No. Oh, TDS. This is unfortunately a disease that reached America starting in around 2016 when Donald Trump ultimately became that guy. I think that's the most appropriate way to put it. And since then, legacy media, mainstream media has been centered on him every single day. Quite literally. But again, I told you guys, we may have a cure. We got a cure for that, right? Let's go ahead and dive into it, man. I got to give a huge shout out to Real AM Voice. Yeah, for posting this right here.
Are you butthurt about a recent election? Are you depressed that Joy Reid and Don Lemon are no longer on the air? Do you get uncontrollably angry when you see Elon Musk slashing more government waste? Are you sad that men can no longer have periods? Yeah. If so, liberol might be the solution for you. One daily dose of liberol can turn that liberal frown upside down. Just one red pill can make your day so much better.
Just one.
You'll be laughing at online memes. You'll dress a little better than the loser you once were. You'll thank a veteran at the coffee shop. You'll go sailing on the Gulf of America. You'll think more closely about the food you put in your body. You might even break up with the mainstream media and start watching some honest news. Liberol. It will dry those liberal tears and replace them with based cheers. Liberol may cause breakups with socialist friends, unfollows from celebrities, and a newfound purpose in life. Consult your doctor, as long as they're not bought off by Big Pharma.
The side effects. Liberol. I told y'all we got a cure now. Liberol. It restores your common sense. You know, it helps you dress better. He said I can't remember exactly what he said, but he said you acknowledge a veteran at a coffee shop. Yeah, you know what's funny though? What's funny about that is ever since I've been doing YouTube, well, ever since I've been getting into politics more, I do find myself anytime I see a veteran speaking up and saying thank you for your service. Anytime I see anybody with that veteran hat on, I don't know. I don't have all the credentials or to know. I'm not privy to all the information to know whether or not somebody's being phony or not. I'm sure if somebody was cosplaying somebody in the army and their attire wasn't up to par, you can figure that out. But other than that, even if if they just had an army hat on, I'll just make it a point. Make it a point. Now, told y'all, this liberal gets angry at her own mother for voting for Donald Trump. Y'all thought y'all thought it was clickbait.
Okay, so my mom voted for Trump, and for the second time. And I just know that there's other people out there that probably are in a similar situation and struggling to understand why somebody would vote that way. And her biggest excuse and reasoning is excuse for the economy, all that. Like, he's gonna make everything better. He's gonna save us money. But what I don't understand is why do they support this pathway to saving the country money? Why do they support cutting all this funding for all these vulnerable and populations, minority populations, taking things from people who need them? That is their approach, rather than literally just enforcing the IRS, or the IRS enforcing the freaking tax laws and making these billionaires pay their share. Literally, if they would pay their share, that's it. We'd be good. That's all we need.
Who said they're not?
It's such an easy solution, and I just don't understand why my mom, having a daughter, me, who is somebody who has struggled through life with, a single mom, definitely dependent on food stamps, Medicaid. I'm autistic. I have mental health struggles. It's just so hard for me to understand how my mom can have me for a daughter and then literally go to the polls and vote against everything that would help me. You know what I mean? So yeah, just help me out. Who else is out there? I need to hear from you. Like, how are you coping? Because I'm honestly really struggling with this. Really, really struggling.
Now, I'm going to address the elephant in the room. Outside of context, specific context in people's lives and certain situations that may prevent them from being able to do certain things. This is me just general, on a very general level. Shorty. Why do you honestly get your up and go work? Why do we as adults sit here and act like we can't take responsibility for our decision-making skills? Oh, I'm a single mom. Oh, that sounds like a decision. I'm not saying that, but I'm gonna just say how it is. Watch who you know what I'm saying, you dating. But watch who you have kids with. Ain't that something we all learn? You depending on the government for this fast and that fast, and I'm not saying that you didn't need help in those specific situations, but these plans and these government entities weren't built for you to, well, actually they were. They were built for you to, I guess, just need the government more, but you should take all the advantages that you've been getting from the government and work your way out of it as opposed to complaining your way to stay into it. Don't nobody want to stay low income forever. Man, let's read the comments. We've been lied to so much in the last 8 years. I can't believe there's still people that haven't caught them in the last few. These are my feelings. Oh, God. They are called public records for a reason. It's the Democrats, specifically Biden, that raised taxes on middle class and poor. Then, because he couldn't show his hatred enough, he raised taxes on small businesses and gave breaks to the biggest corporation. Trump tax breaks gave all the money back to the poor and exemptions / breaks to the middle class. So quite literally what y'all projecting that Donald Trump is doing is somewhat of the opposite. Now, give him time for the inflation and all that. Give him time. But y'all accusing Donald Trump of doing what Joe Biden literally did. Okay.
What this man does. The left is just out here complaining about everything. The man has not even been in office for more than a few months. And people are like, oh, he didn't solve every single problem in the entire world, so he's a terrible president. Like, Joe Biden literally didn't put us 6 feet under for like the last 4 years. Like, bury us alive for the last 4 years. I'm not even the biggest fan of Trump. I'm not the biggest fan of his personality. I don't agree with every single thing he says or does. But the fact that people reach so far just to disagree, he could do something amazing for the country and people don't care because it's Trump.
Yep.
Personally, I didn't see anything wrong with the way Trump and Vance handled the Zelensky situation. I think Zelensky is a spoiled little brat and he doesn't actually care about ending the war. He just wants more money. He cares more about getting money from other countries than he cares about the lives of his own people. He is borderline a dictator and everyone's like, oh, Trump's the dictator. But they don't mind standing behind Zelensky, who's done horrible, terrible things for his people and to his people. Like, I don't know if y'all seen they're kidnapping grown men off the side of the street to fight in a war that they don't want to fight in. That's what's happening in Ukraine right now. And instead of agreeing to a ceasefire, he wants more weapons and peacekeepers and money to keep funding this war because war makes him rich. He doesn't care about his own people. And I think it's about time that as a nation, we get our own house together. If your house is in shambles and you're not making enough money, why would you ever invite somebody else to come live with you rent-free? Why are we paying for all of these other countries' problems when we can't even take care of our own house first? take care of our own family first. We need to take care of Americans. Americans are number one priority for the American government to take care of. It's not our job to fight other people's wars. It's our job to take care of our country and our people. And I truly feel as if Vance and Trump truly embody that and have been embodying the America First policy. But no matter what, the left is always going to be mad about something, especially on the internet. You guys just cry and cry about everything. You guys are just not used to seeing someone who can actually like get in debates and argue with people on TV, because Joe Biden was in such a controlled environment that we haven't seen a president in the past 4 years be able to make statements on TV and have hard conversations. Ultimately, what we all should be doing is, instead of hating on each other, we need to be praying for our country and praying for Americans and praying that our country gets better, because we have to get better if we're going to help other countries become better too. Why are we outputting so much money to other countries when we can't even provide for ourselves, when we can't even take care of ourselves? Like,
honestly, how can I lend you a helping hand when I can't help myself? It just does not make sense. And the fact that the Democrats are going so hard against our own president and our own Doge sector for literally trying to find how your money is, or our money is being wasted. The response that the Democrats are having to that it says it all. I mean, it says it all. Smart young lady, America first from here on. I think Zelensky and Putin are the same bad guys. Somebody said such a young lady, beautiful and smart woman, full of hopes for this country. Fix ourselves and then fix ourselves and then we will help other countries who need help, not the ones who just want our money. Well said. Amen to that. I'm telling y'all, every single day, more and more Democrats or independents are waking up to what the Democrats are doing. Now, a little sidebar, a little detour. They got y'all conditioned like this. White guilt is a mental disorder, as In Wokeness posted.
We're on this line, and we were instructed that allies could come and stand on this line to remind other white people that this is a space for black people.
You know, black spaces are important and that they should be enjoyed by black people, for black people. And that's not our job to be interested in there. That's not our space. Our space is to help hold the line.
We're here to stand as a physical monument in order to represent the idea that it should be safe. We're on this.
Moving on. The 87,000 new IRS employees that Biden hired aren't going after the billionaires. This further proves the theory that the left is accusing Donald Trump of what Joe Biden was actually doing. They're going after you and me because we can't fight back.
So one of the things that I believe that is very obvious over the last 4 years is that our federal government has been weaponized against us. And in my first term, I was fortunate enough to be on the Select Committee on Weaponization of the Federal Government. And we were looking at things like the IRS. I don't know if you're aware of this, but there was an undercover operation with a gentleman who worked for the IRS. And he has explained that by using AI, they're able to access every person's bank account in the entire United States. And he even went as far as to say the world. I don't know about the ethics or the accuracy of that information, but for that reason, Jim Jordan and I authored a letter to the IRS demanding that they disclose how in the world they are accessing every single person's, how they could and would, and why they are accessing people's private bank accounts. But you know, the 87,000 IRS agents that Biden put in place, they were allegedly to go after the big guys. They were supposed to go after the millionaires and the billionaires. This guy spilled the beans that they don't go after the millionaires and billionaires. You know why? Because they can fight back, because they have lawyers and accountants and and financial planners and experts who can fight back. You know who he said they targeted? They target low income and middle income people because they are the ones that cannot fight back. So they are specifically targeting middle America. This whole thing about leaking IRS documents, tax documents, this is a threat, and this is why our government has got to be brought to heel, if you will, which is what President Trump is trying to do.
Yeah, the Democrats are talking about releasing tax information or tax documents and leaking information of foreign countries as a result of Donald Trump cutting federal IRS employees. Were they really for America? So these Joe Biden and Trump, Trump and Elon Musk are being accused of only looking out for themselves. They only giving tax breaks for the billionaires, as the left likes to put it. They're only in there to help get more money for their billionaire friends. And it's always one or the other. But here you have somebody who worked on the inside, was telling you like, hey, look, Biden was the one that was attacking y'all money. Donald Trump, he trying to give it back to you. Oh, but because Donald Trump is a billionaire, because Elon Musk is a billionaire. What about all the millions of dollars that Joe Biden had? And he didn't even own a business. I came on here for a reason. Isaiah Carter sent me this. Okay. Oh, this is talking about the Democrats' walkout. Let's check it out. Let me try to click on it. What's going on?
At some point, we got to get the hell out of here because this is about to turn into a trailer park trash party. I don't know what's going on. There's white people. You see them white people?
Yeah.
They look like they steal.
Look, all I know is that if shit don't hurry up, I'm going to be like Representative Al Green and get on up.
Oh, wow. You see those white people? They look like they steal. Just imagine. Just imagine. Just imagine if it was a white person that said this about black people.
Oh, you hear what I'm saying? Because Al Green got his shit and laughed.
Somebody said Jasmine just posted that they walked out, so they about to walk in here.
Baby, they on their way.
They
coming
on the
to
way.
us.
They coming to
They're
us.
gonna be right there with you because why? They don't need to be in there.
No.
They don't need to be in there.
How you doing?
It was some bullshit. So we had no idea whether or not a resistance at all would come together to let the people know that we are with you, we hear you, we feel you.
You obviously not hearing us. I don't know what you're hearing. You probably need to grab some new headphones.
And we are not here to play with this and normalize this man. And I wasn't going to sit there silently, Talk to Al Green, so we had no idea that Al was going to do the fool. But hey, listen, here, OG.
We noticed your arch nemesis with the MAGA hat. Now, I got a theory. I think that's a wig attached to that hat. And Kenny said it's just one track. What did I hear about this sergeant of arms trying to kick you out?
Well, he came up to me and first he was asking me.
Oh yeah, she probably didn't want to make no comment on that because if you look at Jasmine Crockett's hair, you already know. You know that. If it's for her, then okay.
And Kenny said it's just one track. What did I hear about this sergeant of arms trying to kick you out?
Well, he came up to me and first he was asking me, put on your jacket, because I took off my jacket to show this message: no kings live here. Because the problem is this dude actually thinks he's a freaking king. Okay.
It's my account.
Yeah, I don't know what the. Yeah.
I want to ask you about RFK Jr. up there in that crowd. Now I have a question. Did the worm look out the ear and look at you?
Yes, the dead worm was like, hello. I don't support vaccines. And I'm like, get away from me. Somebody said they saw him in the bathroom. I was like, I hope you washed your hands multiple times and maybe shot him with a COVID vaccine.
Or something. Just some penicillin. He looks like he needs penicillin.
Yes, he is a very odd, shriveled up man, and I don't like the fact that he's killing bears and throwing them in Central Park. And remember, this is a brother who was born on home base, okay? Not even third base. He was born on home base and does not have a job. And his entire family is disgusted by him. And he sold his soul to Donald Trump because he wants relevance. If that is not the epitome of being unqualified and mediocre, then I don't know what is.
Damn. She read in for Bill because she was like, she said, you ugly, you nasty, your family doesn't like you, nobody likes you, you broke, you a bitch, you weak.
In the middle of a hostile government takeover, I want to talk about it, but I'll be late for work. That's all you're getting. That's all you're getting.
Oh, damn.
After that, you gotta pay.
I don't know what purpose this served. Shout out to Isaiah Carter for sending me this. It was just a lot of gaslit fear mongering. Now, I don't know the situation between Elon Musk and his family in depth to say that they were lying or had any false claims as it relates to that. But overall here, man, we just see, I see a group of people who are genuinely unhappy. I only know that because I can walk in a room and I can be annoyed mentally at their ideologies or whatever, but I can still be respectful and keep it cool. I can take it there too. These people would just lose their mind off the sheer fact that you are a Trump supporter. They don't want to know, like, no association with you whatsoever, like an approved racist. You got to do better, man. They keep trying to keep blacks on the plantation. Don't let the blacks think for themselves. If they lose 10 to 15% of the black vote, their party will cease to exist. They rely on the fact that they must divide and stay in power. Hold them down and don't allow them to flee. And that's the part I think that's really weighing down on me. Somebody asked me the other day, that was like, what somebody said in my comments the other day, yo, King, I see you've been looking down, reacting to these videos. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I haven't really noticed it, but when he made that claim, I immediately thought about just how much division I'm actually seeing being spewed from the Democrats. Like, all they want to do is divide. All they want to do is spread hate. They do not want to acknowledge any of the progression that we actually making until it's on their side of the aisle. If they're doing the propping, y'all go check on somebody today. You could be saving their life.